Hi, team. I'm Fitz Kohler, your very noisy race announcer and host of the OC Marathon Show. And I'm super excited because it is finally race weekend. We have made it. November 6th and 7th this weekend. We have the OC 5K, the OC Half Marathon. That's the Combo Crush for those of you who are smart enough and ambitious enough to do both. But we have our race directors, our program director, and my fellow noisy partner and race announcer. So I'm going to hush up and I'm going to bring them on because they're really the good stuff. So we're going to start with you, Rudy, because why not? Hey, Rudy.
Hey, how you doing, Fitz? Big weekend coming up.
You know what? It feels like it's been 1,000 years, right?
It does. It does. Feels like it's been a long time, and but it's here, and I'm so excited. We're going to be seeing so many people, so many friends. It's awesome.
Have you warmed up your mouth? Is it charged? Is your mouth? Have you plugged it in?
I am ready. I am ready.
Good. Okay. All right. Now, the stars of our show. We have race director Gary Kutcher and program director Kelsey Peterson.
Woo!
Woohoo! How you guys doing?
All right.
Are you guys ready? Are you ready for a good weekend?
Ready.
Yeah.
Ready.
I feel like we're on some sort of like OC drug right now. We're so excited for race weekend. Has it been since 2019? It has, right?
Yes, 915 days. 915 days since we were together. So yeah.
Well,
amazing,
we're back.
Huh?
We are back.
May 5th, 2019. And then last year we were on track to have you guys back in and talking big, fun events with more people than we've seen in 5 or 6 years. And then the world changed and stopped on March 12th, something like that, right after LA finished. And I saw you guys at LA, and then that was it.
Yeah. And you know what? It's in the rearview mirror. And now we're back to the good stuff. So hooray for a return to normalcy. We've missed you. And we have a ton of our athletes have joined us. And most importantly, we miss them, right? Isn't our life just far less exciting and interesting without these wonderful runners?
It's all about the athletes. It's all about them.
They have been so good. We've been working with so many of them with the cancellation, with the changing of dates countless times, and them being with us and supporting us through all of this, through virtual runs and other stuff. So we can't thank them enough for, being patient and understanding of all that they're going through and all that we're going through. So we're just so excited to have them back out there at the start line.
Yeah, and we're promising a big, fun event with some added surprises this weekend. So we're going to get to that. We've got Yvette saying hello. We can't wait to see you on Sunday. Jenny, is that Devoy or DeVroy? She says, I'm flying in from Wisconsin.
Yes.
Can't wait to see Combo Crush. Fantastic. And we have Beth Kent coming in from Fort Lauderdale. We have friends coming in from all over the country, which I'm thrilled about. So let's get started because this is an informational conversation. We want people to know exactly what to do, what to expect this weekend. And I think it's a good idea to start at the start. So on Friday, we kick off our expo. Kelsey, Gary, tell us what to expect on Friday.
We're kind of having a hard time. It's kind of freezing on us. We're having a hard time seeing you.
Am I freezing for you, Rudy?
No.
Perhaps Kelsey, Gary, maybe you have a cell phone you can log in on. A different device might be a good idea. Yeah okay. We're having live technical difficulties. So I'm going to start by saying the expo starts on Friday at 4:00, goes to 8:00. Normally, our expo is jam-packed with vendors, right, Rudy? I mean,
everybody loves a good expo, especially when we haven't, they haven't been happening. And, the vendors have had, just a real hard time getting going again. And I think it's just going to be super fun everybody's going to be enjoying all the different vendors that are there and exhibitors. A lot of our sponsors will be there. So I'm excited about it. You know, I always enjoy the expos. It's a great place to meet too. Oh, there they are.
There they are. We're getting the
Much better.
All right. So Gary, tell us what to expect at the expo on Friday.
We got it.
Okay.
What was the question? We were getting rid of the echo. We're doing all kinds of things here.
All right. The expo on Friday. Tell us about the expo on Friday.
Well, you're going to be there and kick us off at 4:00. So that's pretty exciting. We have some really great vendors going to be there. I mean, first of all, we have our own merchandise that will be there. So we have our own merchandise in house, got some great new pieces. We hope everyone picks up the merchandise and take something home with them. We have the Beach Cities partners that will be there. Many vendors from Koros watches. If it's good enough for Iliad Kipchoge, doggone it, it's good enough for everyone else. And I wear my Koros every day, the longest lasting battery and just the best GPS. We have SDCCU, our title sponsor. They have a huge footprint, not only in the expo, but outside in the main mall. So everyone can come there and feel the teal. That's going to be exciting. A big addition just came in is Ford. So we have a great, it's an activation that's over 50 feet wide. Some of the new vehicles from Ford that's going to be there. That's fantastic. And just a ton of other vendors. So, you know, we're really back to kind of normal. We wanted to feel busy and we've opened up the aisles a little bit so people can keep distance if that's important for them. We also are going to be keeping count of people as they go in and exiting so that we keep the numbers to the numbers that we need to for OC Public Health in the state of California. But other than that, it's going to feel very much like 2019 when we were doing it and we were excited back then. This is going to be even better.
Fantastic. Yeah, you guys, Rudy and I know the difference because we travel all around the country. You have a solid expo. It's always packed and exciting. And there's always lots of snacks and samples being handed out, which we're.
But Vince, did you hear that? Ford's going to be there with our 2 new Broncos.
Aren't those beautiful?
I'm totally fine with a new Bronco.
Absolutely. All right.
We need 4 of them.
4. I'm sorry, Kelsey. Of course.
So Shelly wants to know, will Halo visors be there?
I don't believe Halo visors are there. No.
Okay.
We
All
do
right.
have a Snail's Pace, so they may have some.
Yeah,
visors.
Snail's Pace will be there with a lot of their running gear. So.
Yeah, they may end up having them. So our expo, just for everyone's information, it's Friday from 4 to 8, but we also will be going Saturday. What are the expo times on Saturday?
Yeah, 4 to 8 on Friday, and then 9 o'clock until 5 p.m. on Saturday.
Okay, because you have a lot of opportunity there. Rob Ewing said pickup time sucks for me. I can't make it. So Ron, this is kind of race weekend stuff. Friday night, all day Saturday. I'm hoping you can show up at one of those times. Is there some sort of alternate if Ron can't make it on Friday or Saturday?
He would need to email us, and we try to make some arrangements with him. But we open up an extra hour in order to do that as well. So we have normally we're open at 10. We open at 9 also, and it's another way to just try to keep the numbers down inside. And I think like all races right now, our numbers aren't what they were back in 2019. So I think people are going to feel safe and comfortable and be able to get through and not feel like you're shoulder to shoulder.
Okay. So they're going to come and then we're going to do a lot of shopping and we're all going home with a free Ford Bronco, which is great. But we want people to come and that's where they're going to pick up their bib and their shirt, their pre-race items. Are there rules about who can pick up what? Someone's going to email you and say, I can't make it because of XYZ. Can my husband pick up my bib? What's the answer to that?
Yeah, so anybody can pick up for somebody else as long as they print out the waiver. So that's what we want everyone to do is while you're at home, print out the waiver that's on our website right now. We have a whole bunch of quick links on our website, but print out your waiver, sign it, and bring it with you. That way you don't have to get in that tent that we have where all of the waivers are there. So if someone forgets to do it, we have the options there. But once you're there, you're going to pick up your bib and your shirt, and then not only that, but we also have the beautiful pullover that everyone gets if they're doing the half marathon.
The in-person half marathon.
Yeah, and going back to that waiver for the friend, if they are picking up for somebody else, have their friend print out that waiver, sign it, and also bring a copy of their driver's license.
Okay.
So that's easy.
Okay, and so this is what to expect all day Friday from 4 to 8. This is at the Costa Mesa Fairgrounds.
Yeah, it's at OC Fair and Event Center at 88 Fair Drive in Costa Mesa.
And then is parking free? What's the parking situation at the fairgrounds?
There's no parking. It's free. There's no free lunches.
That's right, not in California.
No, it's $10. That is the OC Fair and Event Center price point for parking. In years past, it was a cash system, and now they are requesting that everyone use debit or credit card. They will accept cash, obviously, but they prefer to use their debit credit card system now. So it should be a little bit quicker and easier. And then while you're there at the expo, to really make it quick for Sunday morning, you can pick up your parking pass for Sunday morning. That does cost $10 as well, but you can pick that up. And that way, as you're coming in on Sunday morning, it'll be super fast. You just show them your ticket and you go right through.
So when you come to the expo, buy your parking pass for Sunday morning, and then basically it's something you put on the dashboard and they just wave you in.
Perfect.
Okay. And that's for people that are going to be taking the bus to the start line.
Yes.
Correct.
Okay. So I'm glad we're talking about this because there's so many people who've not done it before, and this is important. Okay. So I have a few questions or a few comments.
Okay.
Jessica Craig, super excited about the pullover shirt, as she should be. Shelly's excited about the gear as well. D. Marie wants to know, is there a vendor list somewhere?
We're going to be sending one out with all the vendors that are going to be there, and that's going to go on a Thursday email. That's probably tomorrow. And then, but we'll have that. There have been a lot of recent additions, which has been pretty exciting for us. So a few weeks ago, we had a lot of empty spaces, and they really have filled up. So it's kept us on our toes to get last minute insurance and everything else. So the vendor list will be going out.
We have a brand new addition to the vendor list, which I am very excited about. Me.
Yes. You're going to be there.
I am going to be there. So
I hope you brought a lot of books.
I'm going to bring about 4 million books. That's right, everybody. I have a book
That's a lot of books.
My noisy cancer comeback, and I'm going to have my very own booth at the OC Expo, but only for 1 hour between 2 and 3 o'clock on Saturday. And I'll be selling and signing the books and giving out free hugs and pictures and things like that. So come see me. The book is pretty decent. Hey, Rudy, what do you think about the book?
I think it's outstanding. It's a work of art, Fitz. It really is. It's you did an amazing job on it. My favorite part is the forward, but that's
Yeah, I hear that the forward guy, meaning you, will also be around to sign the books as well.
I'll be happy to. I'll be happy to sign your book for anybody who'd like that piece signed.
Yeah, I think that's actually the sales pitch is Rudy's going to come by and sign my book. Thank you, Dave Burnell. He's sharing some love. We love you back, Dave. Yay. And so even if you already have my book, you can come and just get a hug. You know where I'll be. Easy to find, easy to find. So let's talk about the 5K on Friday.
On Saturday.
Sorry.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
We didn't know about the 5K on Friday.
No. Surprise.
All right, let's talk about the 5K on Saturday instead. Starts at 4:30.
Well, first of all, we're starting a little bit earlier than normal because of the time change, and as well because we're in the fall, so things get a little darker earlier. So we're starting at 4:30 this year. The 5K will start at 4:30, and we'll have bands playing starting at 4:45. So this year, instead of finishing where we normally finish, we're going to finish right in front of the stage. So as you're finishing, the band will be playing. You'll grab a free beer, and you can really enjoy that whole finish line festival vibe because you'll finish right in front of the stage. And we have Sega Genocide on that night, and they're a 90s cover band, and they'll be playing until about 6:45 after the race. So lots of fun to be had. We also have the Morning Mess coming, which is a AMP radio. Their morning show team is going to come and do like a little soiree at the SCCCU lounge. And so you can meet them and kind of have a meet and greet with them as well.
Oh, that sounds really fun, really fun. So the Saturday 5K, the race starts at 4:30. And that again is at the fairgrounds. And basically you could come to the expo, do all of your shopping, pick up your bib, and you can throw the stuff you purchased into the trunk of your car, come back over, run the race. Now, this is a fun race, as all the OC races are. So especially Rudy and I, we expect everybody to make lots of happy noise and to be very celebratory. What do we do with the cranky pants, Rudy?
We send them home.
That's
They're
right.
out. Anybody found not having fun will be dealt with severely.
Absolutely. Lashings will be dealt until they smile. Is that a rule? I mean, you're the race director, Gary. What do we think about the happy face rule?
Well, very few are not smiling when they hear your voice. Come on, Fitz. There.
Oh.
They hear, if Rudy's out there, what I hear Rudy's like, is that I don't see a bib. I don't see a bib. You better not get in my finish line.
Oh, here we go.
Actually, one of the greatest parts about Saturday is that Rudy's going to be with us. So Rudy's the original announcer for the OC Marathon. He's been at all of them. And then this year, with the world being weird as all get out, both OC Marathon and LA Marathon are on the same weekend. And we both announced both of those races. And we decided that we wanted to make sure both events had proper announcing. So he's doing LA. I'm doing OC the whole weekend, but we were able to pull off go announcing both 5Ks on Saturday. So if you love Rudy and you want to get a Rudy hug, if you're one of the Rudettes, you got to show up on Saturday.
I can't wait. The 5K is so much fun with the music and Gary, there's food available in that area too, isn't there?
There is. We're gonna have a couple food trucks, plus
Okay.
The fair also has some food options as well. So yeah, absolutely. Get a beer. You'll get a free beer with your bib if you're 21 or over. But there's a lot of other beverages and a lot of fun. The weather is going to be fantastic. So we're excited about that too. It now is showing sunny for Sunday. So it's been a little bit hazy is what it's been looking like, but now it looks like it's going to be fantastic weather. So we hope everyone sticks around and listens to the band until they finish and really have a great time.
Yeah,
Now, Gary, for people who've run the 5K before, we're starting close, but not in the same area, correct?
So what we're doing this year, normally everyone who's done it before remembers where the normal finish line for the half marathon and marathon, that's also the finish line for the 5K in normal years, but we reversed it this year. So we're going to be starting in what will become the finish line the next day. Their pathway out of the fair and around the fair is a little bit different. But what's really exciting about it is like Kelsey said, when they come in, they're going to be hearing the energy of your voices because the speakers are facing down towards them as they're coming towards the finish line. So they're going to be hearing you. But the closer they get or right as they finish, they're going to hear the 90s sounds of Sega Genocide. So it's going to be really exciting. There'll be a lot of people right there clapping. So once people are finishing, the idea was to keep them right there at the finish line so that as others are finishing, they'll get those cheers from other people instead of everyone dissipating so quickly like they normally do.
That's a great change. That sounds like a really great change. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, I think so.
And if you've not come before, you will find it. It's very easy. You just park your car and move towards.
Oh, yeah. No challenge.
Don't worry
the
about
crowds.
See what is. Just follow the noise. And then the other thing people need to know is we still have room available in the 5K. And again, the 5K, if you can walk around the mall for an hour, you can do a 5K. And we totally support people who do nothing but purely walk. So don't feel like this is a very intense thing. It might be for some of our participants, but for the rest of us, just out to have some athletic adventure, get fit, have some fun with the family. Come on out, hold hands with your grandma, walk the course. We have historically had a senior assisted living facility come out and they ride their jazzies and they're pushed in their wheelchairs. And a few years ago, we had a World War II veteran in Ed, right? 96 years old or something. It was just magical. So we don't have the kids races happening this year. So bring your kids out. They can do a 5K. Take it slow, enjoy the course. And we want to see as many happy faces as possible, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And then there'll be, 700 or 800 of them that are doing it that night. And then they're getting up bright and early the next morning and doing the half marathon. So they're called the Combo Crush. So those are the crazies. They're going to have a lot of fun on Saturday night. And they'll get out of there just a little bit early and get to bed because they're going to come out bright and early the next day and do a half marathon.
That's right. Now, if somebody flew in from Wisconsin, perhaps, and they're just planning on running the half marathon Sunday, and they think, hey, I would like to add on the 5K and do the Combo Crush, is there a way for people to upgrade?
Absolutely. They get to the expo. They'll be able to go to our solutions booth, and we'll be able to add that 5K to it and make sure they get the stamp on their bib. That's really important so you get that extra cool medal.
Yeah. And the medals.
If you're already at the expo, I always tell people, why not just stay and do a little warm-up run?
Sure.
Or walk, right? Or just go walk. You're not going to burn yourself out for a half marathon.
You get an extra shirt and 2 extra medals. So come on.
Come on. That's right. That's all people needed to hear. Come on. Okay. So we party our brains out Friday night. Everyone gets a free beer. Is that a tear off?
That's Saturday again. We're going to have to work on your schedule.
I'm just, she's coming from a different time zone, so just be kind to her. Yeah.
She's usually better on the calendar than this.
Yeah.
I have no explanation.
Harry, I'll make sure she shows up.
Thank you, Rudy. I'm glad you're coming down for our 5K, Rudy, or she'd be starting it on Friday night, and then
right.
What a mess it'd be.
Hey, listen, at least I'm early as opposed to late. I'm not planning.
That's true.
Exactly.
Oh,
that's true.
You just brought up a great point about being early. What happens in the middle of the night on Saturday to Sunday?
Fall back.
Time change. The time change. So everyone falls back. So if you forget, you're going to be at the start line an hour early. But, that's okay, too. It's better than the other way around.
That's right. And most of our cell phones will automatically adjust. So it doesn't hurt to have some sort of backup plan, but our cell phones will adjust. Maybe if you're staying in a hotel, set it on your phone and then make the wake up call happen, and maybe set your iPad's alarm too. Sandy Guy wants to know, when does online registration close?
We're going to close it on Friday afternoon. We're not really sure when. We're going to send out an email tomorrow morning to let people know that it is still open, but closing soon. But we will have registration open at the expo. It will be a little bit more expensive there. But yeah, no problem. We have spaces available. So whenever, it may close in order just to scrub the data and get ready for bibs, probably late afternoon on Friday.
Okay.
All right. So Sandy, make sure you're there, because Fitz and I will not start the race unless we see you're there. and also, is Team Larry showing up? I need to know if Team Larry's coming as well.
Good.
Hey, Gary, just to clarify, we don't have a ton of space left in the 5K. There's a limited number of spots still available, correct?
That is correct. Yeah. Now, and we have, we probably have a couple hundred spots remaining. So, I am sure that it's going to be very close.
Cool.
Yeah. And the trend has been going in the industry that a huge percentage of registrations are happening in the last 2 minutes. People are just waiting to see, is this race really going to happen? This one's happening. So
it's happening.
This is happening.
Register. I'm so excited. Okay. So Saturday night, party, fun. We go to sleep, and we sleep an extra hour because the world is good to us this year. And then we wake up. What time does the half marathon start Sunday morning?
6 a.m.
6 a.m.
6 a.m. So as there's some options for getting there.
Where is it? What's the name?
So it's at Fashion Island at Newport Beach. So it's right down off of PCH in Newport Beach. Very easy to find. It's on all the on our info sheets that everyone can pick up at the expo. Newport Center Drive, And what we have is 3 different options to get there. You can be dropped off. We have runner drop-off locations that are convenient, and then your loved one can go back to the finish line and wait for you or whatever. We have parking at the start line, and so people can park at the start line, run their race, and then get on shuttle buses that will bring you back to the start line. So that's one of the options if you just don't want to wake up that early. Or you can go to the fairgrounds, OC Fair and Event Center, and park there. And we have a lot of buses that we're bringing you to the start line. And they start running at 4 a.m. We sent out an email yesterday. In that email, it asked for people to choose a time for their bus shuttle. In addition to their expo, we're trying to keep people to a little bit more even across the time as far as the expo as well. So we said, are you coming at 4 to 5 on Friday, 5 to 6, 6 to 7? We're not going to hold people to that, but we're trying to get them to understand that if we can kind of balance that out a little bit, it's going to make it better than having too many people at one time. And that also is the same case with the buses. So we're giving everyone different windows. They're short windows. They're 5 minutes, 10 minutes, but we're asking people to choose their bus shuttle time. We have a certain number of slots in each one of them. And if your corral is bib corral number 1, which means you're a speedster, you're going to get out of there fast, we recommend you take some of those earlier bus shuttles. If you're going to be in corral number 6, which will take off about 6:25 or 6:30, then go ahead and take one of those later buses. So that's what we've done this year. And we're not going to be real strict on the corral. We'll have people asking and trying to make sure. But if your friend is in corral number 2 and you have 3 or 4 of you in corral number 3, then grab your corral number 2 friend and bring them back and hang with you in corral number 3. And that way you can still all run together.
And that's a really good talking point right there, folks. If you are running with anybody and they're in a different corral, it's most polite to move back. That's the standard in the industry, is if you want to run together, the one in the earlier corral moves back. You don't take a slower person and bring them forward. And the reason we do that is we stage people according to pace. And so the fast people can all go together, and then the next fastest people can go off. If you put a slow person at the beginning of a corral and all the fast people try to go, they have problems. They collide, and it just becomes uncomfortable for everybody. So the most respectful thing to do is, if you're 2 and 5, number 2 can start with number 5, but a corral 5 person should not be starting in a second corral.
Exactly. And the idea behind that was we use their estimated finishing time. And it goes back to the coronavirus type of protocols. We're asking people to run. I mean, we're assigning them the corrals based on their speed, their miles per hour, their miles per minute, minutes per mile. And so if everyone does it according to what they're estimating, there'll be very little passing out there on the course. So that's kind of the idea behind that. And then we didn't mention this, but we do have UPS at the start line. So UPS will have they'll have 4 trucks there. Great people. It's a long-term partnership that we've had with them. So at the expo, you'll pick up your goodie bag in a clear bag. On your bib, there will be a tear off right at the very bottom of it, or at the very top of it. It tears off, and it's got your bib number. It matches the bib number on your bib. And so that's what you tie on to your clear bag that you receive. Then you hand that to the UPS guy at the start line. It can have your jacket. It can have some clothes you want to have at the finish line. We don't recommend phones or those types. Don't put your keys in it. If wear something else for that. But just something to keep you warm when you finish, or if you want to change, that can go in that bag, and it will be waiting for you at the finish line.
Love it. Love it. Yeah. UPS is a great friend of our race, and they've been doing a wonderful job for a long time. So just to go over, if you getting to the start line Saturday morning, the race starts at 6. Do not show up at 5:58. We expect our athletes to be there closer to 5:15. We have a bunch of fun things going on race morning. That is that's part of the experience, because if you just wanted to run 13.1 miles, you could do that any day. You could technically just run any day. Part of the race experience is showing up and being part of our race community on race morning. And the start line is the only time in the entire weekend where we are all together. So get your tushy out there. You can be dropped off at Fashion Island. You can drive your own self to Fashion Island and park your car. You can drive to Fairgrounds and take a shuttle over to Fashion Island. But those are your options for starting the race. Just plan to get there a bit early and you won't be disappointed.
Yeah, listen, we have the mayor of Newport Beach is going to be there. The mayor pro tem of Costa Mesa will be there. We've got a great national anthem singer, Ann Lou. And so I think that everyone wants to get there. They want to hear you. You start talking at 5 a.m. and that's going to be a lot of energy. You have one of the best playlists. In fact, your playlist is better than Rudy's. I don't know if
he uses my playlist. He uses
right. Yeah.
Well, no wonder his has gotten better. So
We'll stick with that.
That's hilarious. So Gary, people want to know two things. The answer to how many corrals are there for the half? There's 6.
Six.
People want to know, how do they find out what corral they're in?
Right on their bib, it says exactly on their bib what corral they're in. And that's based on the estimated finishing time they put in when they registered. And then out there in the start corrals, they will have big signs, corral 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way back.
We also emailed the corrals to them yesterday. So in their participant email yesterday, they got their bib number. They should have also gotten their corral number in that email.
Yeah, and they can go in and confirm their registration. And in that, when they pull their name up, they can see their corral also. So there's a few ways that they can find that out.
Okay, fantastic. My pro tip for your race bib is put it on the front of your shirt. That's where race bibs belong. They go on the front side of your person. That's for a few reasons. Number one, so our course officials know you're a registered runner and you belong on our course. I've seen people be removed from courses for not wearing bibs. So you want to have that race bib up front, so anyone who sees you coming knows you belong with us. And it's also fantastic because we have photographers out on the course and you smile pretty and they take your picture. The only way to find those photos after the fact is by race bib number. They will categorize you by 1, 2, 3, 4 because they don't know your name. So your race bib being on the front side goes a long way, not on the side and not on your back. And then the other thing, on the back of your bib, there's an opportunity to write some personal emergency contact information. Use it. You never know what'll happen.
Yeah, absolutely. We have, there's a lot of stuff on the back of it, including the waiver and everything. And it literally says, by wearing this bib, you agree to this stuff. So, because it has been known, we don't like this at all, that some people will trade their bib or give their bib to somebody else. And that's just a no-no. We've had a few people ask just recently, can I give this to somebody? And that's one of the, we've been really, really open to allow people to change, to defer, to go virtual, to a lot of things because of COVID and because we want to work with them. But that's the one thing we're not wavering on. That your bib does not get transferred to somebody else. So when you registered, you signed a waiver, and that waiver was with you and not with your aunt or your brother or anybody else. It's with you. So thank you for that.
Yeah, of course. And the thing that, Rudy and I see a lot of the time is it's stealing. If you're an unregistered runner, you're stealing resources for people who have spent the money on the gear. And not only that, but having the course closed and the law enforcement and the medics and the nutrition and the hydration. So very important that everybody plays by the rules because this is a community and we're all working hard to do the right thing here, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, Gary, I know it's published, but can you just go over what support is available on the course, what stations are available for water and what med stations, just kind of a real quick run through?
Yeah, we have 10 water stations out there. And about every mile. We started about just at mile 2 and then it goes to 4. But after that, it's every mile. We have water stations. And at mile 7.5, and at mile 11 we have, or mile 12 we have a medical stations out there. In addition to medical at the start line, obviously, and then we have Gatorade on every other water station, so people can do their electrolyte. It's Gatorade Fruit Punch, and then we have Cool and Fit at mile 11. So they'll spray your legs if you're feeling the burn in your legs. There's nothing better than that. So that's a great addition out there on the course.
And then we have Power Crunch at mile 10, right?
I think
On
we have
the
Power
course?
Crunch at mile 10 as well.
Now, would you know what it's going to be? What type of Power Crunch product?
It's either salted caramel or key lime pie. We have a bunch of both.
It's magic.
Wait. Key lime pie?
Yeah.
That's it. I'm running. I'm going.
You're going to do it. Huh?
Now, is that a Power Crunch snacky bar or is that a gel?
No, it's a Power Crunch bar.
Wow.
Wow, is right.
I get hangry at mile 8, clockwork. Mile 8, I get hangry, and no other race is giving out chewable, crunchy food. They're all giving me gels. That is so exciting, Gary.
Yeah, it's really good. So that's going to be at mile 10, and we'll follow it with some water. So it'll be right before 10, and that way you'll get some water right after that.
Wonderful.
And Gatorade, I think. But
Gatorade at mile 10 too. Yeah,
Yeah.
everything at mile 10.
That's fantastic.
and that's our friends at John Wayne Cancer Foundation. They also have a booth at the expo, so make sure you stop by and visit with them.
And they call it the watering hole, right?
The watering hole because of John Wayne. They're all
Oh.
dressed up. That's actually a great water station as everyone goes by. They're wearing the big foam cowboy hats, and they make it a really good party.
Oh, that's fantastic. And everyone make sure to spend some time thanking our volunteers out on the course. Did you see 1,200 people, Kelsey?
I think we have it.
Yeah, 12. Well, we don't have a full 1,200. That's what we have
That's what
for
we
slots.
want.
We're still bringing them in. We're still bringing groups in, but we're nearing that right now. Yeah.
So that's a good plug. You can still volunteer as well for us. You can help us out, especially Friday afternoon. We could really use some volunteers to help pass out bibs.
Oh, actually, we need some help for Sunday morning, bright and early. So if anybody's just happened to watch us, they know somebody who wants to get up really early, they can come down and be one of our course monitors in Corona Del Mar. They get off really early. They're there from like 4:30 until like 7:45, and then they're done for the day. But they will have really helped out in a big way. So it's all exciting. You know, volunteers are really the lifeblood. We've been, it's been difficult this year for volunteers, and we've heard that across the board with other races. So everyone who goes out there, thank the volunteers. They're giving of their time. It's dark when they get out there, and it's really a special time, especially with all that's been going on. They're still wanting to come out there and help us out. So please thank those volunteers.
All right, we've got some questions.
Yeah, we do. You got to get that one that's up there now. She's a real troublemaker.
Are there restrooms on the course?
No, you have to hold it.
Find a bush.
Just kidding. Yes, there are restrooms at every mile marker. I mean, at every water station. There'll be some at mile 1, and that's not even a water station. But every water station will have some bathrooms at it. So people should not have an issue with that whatsoever.
That's important. And I think it's brilliant to have a porta potty at mile 1, because no matter what's going on with you, the second you start bouncing around, your bladder starts going, hey, y'all, over here. So a quick
Absolutely.
porta potty stop is really good. Now, we have our VIP tent, and there's a lot of people who say, I'd like to be a part of that. Are there still VIP upgrades available?
Kelsey was going to talk about that. We still have a few slots, and it's a great addition. Not only do you have VIP bathrooms at the start line that are really nice ones, we have coffee and pastries, and so you're at the start line. You can get there a little bit early and hang out and enjoy the company of other VIPs and some sponsors. And then at the finish line, at the expo, your bag with your shirts and everything else in it will be prepared for you. So all you do, instead of waiting with, everybody else, no one wants to do that, right? Not if you're a VIP. Anyway, so you'll get that stuff all put together for you, and you'll be able to have that handed to you. It's super smooth and easy. After you run your half marathon, you'll come in the VIP tent at the finish line, where there is mimosas and Bloody Marys. There's a full breakfast. It's just a wonderful place. We'll be doing our award ceremony in there also. So it's a really great finish. And if you get in there and you're still watching some finishers, it's a lot of fun.
So to add the VIP right now, you probably want to email us, or because I'm the big bad guy that tried to turn it off earlier today, but we can still upgrade you to VIP. You just probably want to send us an email. That's probably the easiest way to do it at this point.
Yeah, and you also get a free gift, an apparel item. I think it's a nice hat. Yeah, a nice trucker hat that also gets added to it. So, and you don't pay for parking also at the fairgrounds. So your $139 is offset also by parking. So, it's a lot of good stuff there.
So it's $139 fee for the upgrade. You get breakfast, you get brunch, you get a trucker hat, you get free parking, and some other niceties.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you have probably the best VIP tent in the business.
Well, thank you.
It's true. Thank you for
making the omelet bar is pretty fabulous. So that's a reason to do it in itself.
Yeah, it's always hopping in there too. I look over from the stage, so the VIP tent is right next to the announcer stage, and Rudy and I are like,
and you know what? And they've always made it available to us. Unlike where I might be on the same day, where there's armed guards just waiting for me to try to make it in there.
No, I don't believe that, Rudy.
He might need to make his own snacks. He might need to.
And there is also, if someone wants to do a VIP, and let's say they are getting dropped off at the start line, we do have a guest of a runner also. So for, I think it's $59, they can have their guest of a runner. So they can get dropped off. Their guest can come over and hang out waiting for them to finish. And so they can be, having their omelets and, their mimosas and really, really just waiting for you to get there. So that's another good option.
And they have truly the best, those guests have the best view of the finish line because they can see those runners as close as possible in that VIP tent.
Oh, yeah, that's a great idea. So if you've dragged XYZ person across the country or across the county to come watch you run, hook them up with a VIP ticket so they can be
I just lost her. I just lost Kelsey.
Kelsey, typical Kelsey. All right. So I was told to ask if there were going to be firemen on the course.
I don't believe that you were asked that. I think this is you yourself asking. I think this is coming from you. You want to know if there's firemen on the course.
You're going to love this. You are going to love this. Hold on. Because it's not me, it's Mrs. Kutcher.
Oh, it's Mrs. Kutcher. No way.
His wife, everybody. His wife is scamming on the firemen.
Doesn't know there's firemen on the course?
What a classic moment.
Now I'm turning red, I think.
Maria.
That's very funny. But okay, Maria. That's actually Fitz's thing. She's got a couple of firemen that have come across, and she really likes it. Yeah, they have to put the flames out.
Do you know? Do we have any first responders in uniform running our race?
I actually don't know. Sorry, we were just plugging this thing in. We were kind of getting low on battery, but I actually don't know that. When they register, they don't say, "I'm a hot fireman and I'm going to be running." That's not one of our questions. So I don't know.
Well, you know what? You may want to consider adding that as a question.
As a
Kelsey,
question?
perhaps. Yeah.
So we don't know if Pasadena PD will be represented.
I do believe that Don's coming down to run with us, and I don't know if anybody else, but yes, I do believe that's the case.
All right, so I'm actually just going to make the call out there. If you are a Studley first responder and you would like to run the race in full uniform, I would welcome that, and I would promise an extra warm welcome at the start and finish line.
There you go. The call is out there. So let's see what happens. We'll let you know if that brings anybody in.
Thank you so much. And Tara's idea. Yes, good idea. We're recruiting for you. It's not just any runner. We want the most heroic of, it's safety. It's just safety, Gary. That's all I want.
I know. That's what the reason is. I got it.
Yeah, for certain.
Well, we'll be looking for him then, Fitz. You and I will be looking for the hot fireman coming in.
Yes, we will. I have the best seat in the house for stuff like that. And I have this unique privilege to go and hug strangers at the finish line. So it's that's part of my payment, as we discussed, though. There's a fee and there's hugging your poor athletes. So thank you.
Absolutely. Oh,
the OC has also always been privileged to have so many armed forces people participating. We love seeing the Marines coming out, the Army, Air Force.
Yeah.
We've got Navy personnel, Coast Guard, and it's always just been full of armed forces individuals, and it's just really an honor to see them there. I hope we have as many as we usually do.
Yeah, we have a few people carrying the flag, which is always nice, and we do go by the Marines 1-1 Memorial at Castaways in Newport Beach, which is it's right up on the bluff. It's a beautiful memorial. It's looking out at the ocean and the harbor. It's a great moment. A lot of photographs are taken there. So if you haven't ran the course before, it's at about mile 7 3/4. So it's a great moment.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, we're actually going to be running past so many beautiful. The ocean, it's a gorgeous course. Your half marathon course is renowned for its beauty. So, if you're trying to PR, great, go ahead and do that. But if not, take the time and enjoy the scenery. It's a gorgeous race. And it's really I think this particular event is designed for fun. Am I wrong?
No, it is. It is. We designed it for you to have fun. Oh, you mean for everybody else?
When they have fun, I have fun.
It is true. No, it's the first 6 miles has a downhill, which is really nice. We start up about 260-foot elevation. We go all the way down to sea level as you're crossing the bridge, just above sea level. So it really is a nice roller downhill. So anybody who's wanting to put on a really good time, they're going to have some minutes in the bank by the time they hit mile 7. There is a hill at mile 7. It's about 50 foot in elevation. It's really not that much when you can think about the Big Surs and the other types of places out there. But there's really 2 hills on the course. I think that we hear more PRs on our course than other local courses, is what we've kind of heard anecdotally. So we're really happy with the course as it pertains to those that are really wanting to put out a good effort and have a great run. But boy, the scenery is one of those. Running past the beautiful communities down PCH, yeah, it really is stunning.
Now, Gary, I have a question from one of our athletes. Is there a time limit? Is there a cutoff on the half marathon?
That's a tricky question, only because the short answer is no, but the longer answer is yes. So if you are running over 3.5 hours, then there are a few places on the course where you will be asked to become a pedestrian, if you will. So instead of the road being closed for you, you may be asked to get on the sidewalk. You get to continue. If there is a stoplight or a busy intersection, you may have to push the button and wait for the safe walking moment. But no, we will be there for a person coming in at 4.5 hours if that's what it takes. So we're going to be there for the very last finisher. That's where there's a lot of amazing stories when someone's overcoming some obstacle and they're there. Imagine that, to be out there for 4.5 hours. And the last thing we want to do is shut that finish line down. So we're going to be there putting a medal on them, keeping the time and everything. They'll get a finish just like everybody else.
Excellent. Thank you. Okay. And then, so we are the biggest beach party in Southern California right now. Everyone's going to cross the finish line. and they're going to get big fancy medal. What is our medal this year? Have you revealed it?
Oh yeah, in fact, we've had probably 500 or 600 people do virtual. They've already received their medals. So yes, we don't have them with you. All right, now we'll grab one, and we have the Combo Crush medal, and they'll get, but they get that medal. They get another Power Crunch. They get True Moo milk. They get banana. They get Dole fruit cups. It's really going to be a lot of goodies when they finish. They then can go into the festival area, which we hope that everyone does. Again, we have free beer. Everyone gets a single free beer if you're one of our legacies, or if you are wearing a Koros watch. This is a new kind of announcement that is kind of brand new. So we have named our Legacy Lounge the Koros Legacy Lounge. And so if you are wearing a Koros watch, again, I already said how great I believe they are. But if you're wearing your Koros watch, you too get to go into the Legacy Lounge. It's some nice soft furniture and an extra beer and some pizza in there, and you get to listen to the band, have a lot of fun time in there. So those who are Legacy or wearing a Koros watch get to go into that lounge. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I encourage everybody to allot time post finishing the race to celebrate and have fun. Gary and Kelsey have actually worked to create an incredible finish line festival. And, as on occasion we go to do awards or whatever, I'm always very envious of the party goers. I wish I could take part in this. This is such a fun morning. So don't plan to just run home and do laundry. Stay.
Well, yeah, and you know who we have there. We have Flashback Heart Attack, and so Flashback has been with us forever, and they are truly the most energetic, fun finish line band, 80s band that it's red leather. I mean, they wear their red leather. I think they wore white leather last time they were with us.
I think so too.
But it's such a fun band. If you like 80s music, you will absolutely love this band. And so anyway, going back, so our medals, kind of a shield this year, kind of beautiful, cool. I can't see it. There you go, like that. And the 5K looks just like that, just a little bit smaller.
Oh, it's like the little
and
brother.
And then if you're a Combo Crush, that's the shoe that's crushing the logo. So the Combo Crush, that's pretty cool, all glittery. And then if you're a Beach Cities Challenge, we have our seahorse.
Oh,
and so
that's awesome.
and so that's if you ran Surf City and Long Beach. And then inside it, you have, you can see the three logos, the Queen Mary and the surfboard and our wave. And so that's this year's Beach Cities Challenge. And then for those of you who did not do one of those other two races, I can reveal that next year's is going to be the most unbelievable stingray you've ever seen. It is going to be big. It's got a long stinger tail on it. It's beautiful. Looks like it's wavy going through the water. So it's really cool, but it's going to be brass, and it's amazing.
Exciting. All right. So what was our question? What is the legacy gift this year?
The legacy gift is a canvas tote bag that has our logo on it, and a nice big rope for the handle. And so it's like a beach bag. Really cool.
Now, our legends are people who have run every single OC Marathon weekend since the beginning of the event. But now we have legacies that are people who have completed 3 years in a row or more. Is that correct?
Yep. So our legends have ran, this will be their 17th in a row. And that includes the COVID year. We did kind of offer some grace for some of them last year. So most of them did 2020 as a virtual run. But if they didn't, we're giving grace on that for our legends and our legacies. And so that's that one kind of a gray area year that's probably going to haunt us for a while, but hopefully we are over that and we're done. And Tara, there's Tara. Tara was like 7 when she started, or something like that. I know that she wasn't 7. I think she was a teenager when she started. She's our youngest legend runner, and so we can't wait to see her every year.
And now anybody else who's really excited about this series, if you stick around 3 years in a row, you become one of our legacies, and then you become the recipient of some of the niceties and the fluff and the love. And we have over 1,000 legacies this year. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I think we're at 1,300 legacies for this year. So that's really good. And they're coming in. They're probably we're getting more legacies right now last minute. So that's really nice to see.
That's super exciting. And you guys have earned that loyalty. And then you take good care of the people that have been loyal to you. So I highly recommend everybody kind of moving in that direction. If you did it last year, this year, next year, boom, your legacy. And then we expect to see you every year forever.
Absolutely.
At least. All right. So the important things we want everyone to know is Expo Friday from 4 to 8 and Saturday from 9 to 5. Is that correct?
Yep.
And come and get your bib, come and get your shirt, do lots of shopping. We have a ton of vendors coming out with great products for athletes, anyone who loves fitness, and then someone who lives in a home and drives a car. We've got something for everybody there. I will be doing a book signing between 2 and 3. So that's probably the most exciting part of the expo for me. So come on out for free hugs. Our 5K is Saturday evening. We kick off at 4:30. Show up at least by 4 o'clock so you can take part in the pre-race.
No, I'm going to go ahead and say, if you're going to be doing the 5K, chances are you're coming to get your bib that afternoon. So what we don't want is that crush of people just right before the race. So plan on getting there at 2 o'clock. 2:15, 2:30, get your bib, hang out for a little while, and then run that 4:30 race. If we wait till 4 o'clock and everyone shows up, it's almost impossible to get their bibs and get them out there on the start line in time. So we want a little bit more time than that.
You're right. You're right. Noted. Thank you.
And by the way, the 5K is on Saturday night, Fitz. No, I know you said it right. I was just kidding.
Okay. Okay. And Dee Marie wants to know, will I be at the Expo Friday? I will. And so I'll be announcing the Expo all weekend. I won't be there early Saturday morning, but I'll be there Friday night and then Saturday afternoon. Okay. So Saturday night, we got the 5K. Everyone's got to go to bed early, set their alarm, be aware of the time change. And then Sunday morning, race kicks off at 6 a.m. at Fashion Island. You can get there by vehicle and park at Fashion Island. You can be dropped off, or you can drive to the fairgrounds and take a shuttle over to the start line. So you have your car waiting for you when you finish, but you need to do that early. And there's a list. There's been emails on when you can get on the shuttle to make it over to the start line.
Absolutely. And for those who are staying in one of our hotels, there's a start line hotel. There's also the Hyatt, which is very close. That's within walking distance, just under a mile. So that's a nice little walk, but not too much for the start line. The other hotels in Costa Mesa, some of them are offering a shuttle. It will be in the instructions on our website if that's one of the ones that you're staying in. And then we do have shuttles. We don't have shuttles back to those hotels afterwards. One of them is offering, and it's on our website. But for anybody who does park at the start line or was, any other reason to get back down there again, we do have post-event buses taking everyone back down there to the start line.
Fantastic. And a reminder, and I know this is not coming from you, Gary and Kelsey, but Rudy and I are around you, race directors, enough to know that this is an issue. Folks, if you have a question, what time does something start? Where do I pick this up, etc.? Please go look at the website. They have done such an extraordinary job filling things out. It's amazing how many people will call a busy race organization and say, no, pay attention to me. I need to know what time the race starts. Where does the race start? Where do I park? All of that information is online. If you just look for it, you're going to find it. And these two people right there who have the weight of the world on their shoulders this weekend will be able to focus on urgent tasks at hand. Is that right, Gary and Kelsey?
No, that's very fair. We do get, the last couple of days, it's been pretty crazy. And in some cases, it's exactly that. They're on the website. They're like, I don't see it. It's like, look right there. Oh, I see it. There it is. I mean, that's happened so many times just the last couple. Oh, there it is. You know.
Well,
So,
also the participant email that we sent, we made sure we took a lot of time to make that so that it has everything you need to know. It should really tell you everything. So read that, make sure it's in your inbox, half marathon participant information. So we want to read the whole thing.
yeah, and on the email we sent out and on our website, we also have our runner spectator guide, which is just beautiful this year. It's got ads from all the different vendors that wanted to participate in that, and they're beautiful ads. It's got all this information in it also. It is digital, so you can't believe how much information is in that. So please check that out. And then it's got information about our other races. Registration is open right now for next May, so we want people. We'll have a couple other things at our expo real fast while we have a couple of minutes here. Registration for 2022 is open, and we want people to get registered early, and we're going to blow that year out. And then we also have our event shirts. And so at the expo, when you come to the expo, we're going to be selling 2 for $5. It's almost like giving away the beautiful event shirts from years past. So come out, get a bunch of shirts. We have an awful lot of shirts to get back in the hands of people who will wear them. We'd love to see them when they're out there on the trails. And so for 2 for $5, you get these event shirts, and we have I think all the way back to 2017 or 2016. So there's a lot of shirts to move, as well as some dated merchandise. So there's a lot of other things to buy also.
Well, I thought you were going to talk about Run for a Claus.
Oh, Run
So
for a Claus.
you can also register for our really, really, really fun Christmas run at the race. You'll get an extra 10% off there. And that's really just around the corner after this. That's what we'll be focusing on December 11th at UC Irvine. And we have a lot of space right now. So we're ready to focus on that and get people to come and enjoy the Run for a Claus.
It's such a fun event. Such a fun event. Brenda wants to know, can spectators come to the Expo and 5K? Heck yeah.
Absolutely.
Bring friends. Everyone's welcome. And it's free. It's free to enjoy the Expo.
Absolutely. And I'm going to add something to Kelsey's Run for a Claus there. Last year, we were able to raise some really good money for Salvation Army. They are already letting us know that toys are going to be a real big problem this year. Not only do we hear about the supply chain stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm going to just put an ask out right now that anybody who wants to come to this expo and bring a toy, we'll take it at the Run for a Claus booth. And, we want to gather a lot of toys. There's going to be a lot of kids this year that may not get what they want. And if we can kind of kickstart that initiative by getting some toys dropped off, that would be just an amazing weekend for us.
That's fantastic, Gary. And you guys do so much for the community already. So thank you. Thank you so much. Tiana, super bummed to miss us. Well, we are super bummed to miss you. But you just have to show up at another OC event in the near future. We'll be back in 2022 for sure. And while Gary and Kelsey will be running around like chickens with their head cut off, trying to manage thousands of runners, doing all sorts of things, getting all sorts of products, etc., Rudy and I are around just to take good care of you and to have hugs and make sure everyone's having fun. So please introduce yourself to us. We genuinely love our athletes, and most of our friends came from races, and it means everything to be back with you all. Right, Rudy?
You got it. Absolutely.
All right.
Fantastic.
So is there anything else you would like to add, Kelsey and Gary?
I don't think so. We're excited.
No, I like, someone mentioned a minute ago about spectators at the finish line or bring them to the expo. Absolutely. Something else we'd always love is on the course. If anyone is able to be on the course someplace and cheer runners on, if you're one of those that are going to be at the finish line, but you can get to one of those locations. And we also have those locations in that runner spectator guide. Boy, runners really love it. Fitz, you just finished the Boston Marathon. How nice is that to have people to cheer you on? And I mean, it makes all the difference in the world.
You know what? It's interesting that some people lose that part of race day. This is your yay me moment. You know, someone guided me, or quite a few people before I ran Boston. They said, Boston is your victory lap. You've been working for months and months. So go enjoy the experience. And so I did. I enjoyed every step of Boston. Was it hard? Yes. Was it also one of the greatest memories I'll probably ever have? Absolutely. So, you know, I want to encourage all of our runners to take the time, enjoy, celebrate what you're doing for your body, for your community, for all these great causes. And then when you cross the finish line, those arms go up. You got to see the pearly white. Your finish line close. Is that me clicking? Can you guys see the click? Are we clicking? All right, wrap it up, you guys. I'm clicking. All right.
Oh, I think we're frozen.
I'm not sure what's happening. There's a horrible click.
You talking again?
You guys wrap it up? All right. Wi-Fi. I love it and hate it. Folks, if you can hear me, we love you. We're so grateful you spent your time with us tonight. Look at the website, and we're going to go. All right. We'll see you all this weekend. Say goodbye. Bye, everybody.
I see it.